Our first story made national headlines not only because of the unfathomable crime that was committed, but also because it happened during a live broadcast for the entire world to see. It rocked the television news industry to its core, but devastated a family whose world was turned upside down.
Alison, from day one, she just had this effervescent personality where she was just on all the time.
Everything that she touched, she excelled.
She was a gymnast. She danced for 13 years. By the time she got to college, she really knew what she wanted to do.
She wanted to be a journalist, and you know, at that point I said, Alison, you know, you're smart, you're pretty, you belong on television. When Alison was offered the job at WDBJ, she was thrilled. 150,000
people woke up with her every day. She cheered them up in the morning. She looked for those stories that built up the underdog.
I watched her every day, and we talked every day. I don't know that there was any father that could have been any more proud of a child than I was of her.
Alison and I met when she was an intern and I was the evening anchor. She brought a side out in me that I didn't think existed.
It was a special relationship.
They were made for each other.
I got her a black onyx ring that was a promise ring and told her that I was going to marry her one day. We were going to try to conquer the world.
Everything just seemed so perfect. And then on August the 26th,
I said, "Have a great day, honey." And she turned back and blew me a kiss.
And that was the last time.
That was it.
Our world, Chris's world, just completely collapsed.
It is a hole, it is a void in your soul. It's hard for me to get through a day without, you know, just breaking down.
You just feel this emptiness.
I've had to decide how I want to go on, and I wish that she could just be here to guide me. I don't want to live this life without her, and that's been very difficult for me to have to reconcile.
The only thing that kind of keeps us going is the mission that we're on to try and save another person from gun violence. I'm going to do whatever it takes to help stop this.
Honoring her would be to not start to wallow in our own grief. We get up, we stand up, and we keep moving forward.
She would say, "Dad, you get out there, you go, Dad, you go get him." Because that's the way we raised her, and that's what she would expect of us.
Well, it's standing up for the underdog, those people that don't have a voice.
Please welcome Chris, Hurst, and Alison's parents, Andy and Barbara, to the show. And clearly, her life ended way too early, but I want to ask you, because this happened so publicly, the three of you, where are you at in the grieving process, because it's been such a public thing?
I think, Travis, I think that at this point, we've been through the absolute devastation of losing our daughter. It was just 5 months ago. We have been through that disbelief, and it turns to anger. Your grief turns to anger, that how could this happen? She was a journalist, but she did fluff pieces in morning television. She woke up with people while they got ready to go to work. And it's just not something that you can ever fathom will happen to you. But it did.
It's hard for me. It's, you know, I watch that, and it just, that's the hardest part for me, is
tears you up.
Seeing her life again, and just, you know, capturing that. This captured the effervescence of Alison. I mean, that's what she was, and it is very difficult. Not a day goes by that I don't, you know, feel it.
So I know this has been very difficult for you as well, because we all see why you fell in love with her.
Right.
And then for her not to be here with you. So sorry for you guys' loss. So sorry.
Thank you.
And yet I can't help but see the three of you up here and, you know, clearly going through this together. And yet you've taken something so tragic and you've tried to, I'm sure part of the grieving process, turn it into any kind of positive you can. And I know that you attended, I guess it was called the Guns in America town hall with President Obama, and have become an active participant in trying to reduce these types of things from happening in the future. What were some of the best parts of that?